The goalkeeper is commonly thought to be one of the most important players on his team, and increasingly influences the final outcome of the game in modern soccer. In the past, the goalkeepers have been neglected, and they were often coached at the end of the regular training session unless there was a specific goalkeeper coach. And when the team did have a goalkeeper coach, he would usually suggest a series of exercises resulting from his own experience. The role of the goalkeeper has gradually evolved over time, both from a technical and tactical point of view, so that his importance has considerably increased in the defensive phase and in the offensive build-up. This new role should be supported by rational and well-planned specific training, and this is the reason why the figure of the goalkeeper coach is gradually becoming more and more important, since he is an expert who directly focuses his attention on his athletes and their critical roles. This videotape mainly addresses goalkeeper coaches and all the coaches who need to personally coach their goalkeepers if they're not fortunate enough to have a specialist in this area. Our work is aimed at helping coaches to consider the goalkeeper in a different light, especially during the training session by providing them with a new coaching method for the harmonious and progressive development of goalkeeping skills. This new method is based on the definition and organization of all the attributes the modern goalkeeper needs in order to be fully effective in all the different possible situations which occur during the course of a match. During the training session, the goalkeeper must maintain the greatest concentration. He is forced to think and even set very quick mental tasks before performing any technical movements. He is trained to read the play situation, decode all the messages he receives by assessing the important and the useless ones, and finally anticipate the opposition's intentions. The new rationality. The exercises you are going to see in this video, which are one of the possible solutions to achieve this goal, are demonstrated by professional and youth goalkeepers. For each age group, we have tried to follow a suitable plan, taking into proper account the educational principles that should characterize any learning process, from something easy to something difficult, from something something simple to something complex. The attention is focused on the following aspects: agility, orientation and positioning skills, reaction ability, basic aerobatic skills and balance, assessing the flight path of the ball, distributing the ball, basic suggestions for the coach. Subtle agility, which is an important element in all sport disciplines involving ball handling, is defined by Meniel as the ability to carry out subtle motor gestures quickly and properly in relation to the final purpose. At motor level, the word subtle refers to a movement made in a very small space which does not require excessive power, but involves either considerable accuracy or full speed, or both of them in some cases, and is made with one's hands and fingers and sometimes with one's feet. The exercises aimed at improving agility are usually practiced in the warm-up and warm-down period and in any situation of active rest. For a player to successfully improve his agility, he needs to constantly repeat these exercises, which should therefore be included in every training session. The previous exercise is combined with the first element of basic acrobatic skills. The goalkeeper has to roll forward. It is important to give specific suggestions to the goalkeeper also while he is practicing agility exercises. In the previous exercises, the goalkeeper uses one ball. Now he has to alternate the exercise by throwing a second ball to his coach. As you can see, this exercise deals with catching technique, combined with the immediate distribution of the ball to the coach, so that the goalkeeper can quickly stop the next ball which has been previously thrown to him. For the exercise to be really effective, it is fundamental to throw the ball perfectly and accurately. It is possible to modify the previous exercise by asking the goalkeeper to turn right around after distributing the ball. The exercise, which is much simpler from a coordination point of view, can become more complex if the coach kicks the ball instead of throwing it. Moving towards the ball, which means attacking the ball, is a crucial attribute for modern goalkeepers, and dealing with high shots or crosses, it is a practical example of this. At the beginning, the coach throws the ball to the young goalkeepers, then he gradually starts to kick it in the same way as for adult goalkeepers. In this exercise, it is very important for the goalkeeper to stop the ball at the highest point of its path. In this exercise, the goalkeeper should specifically concentrate on the quick movement of his arms combined with the ability to vary the rhythm and the power conveyed to the ball while bouncing it. The exercise becomes more difficult if the coach reduces the distance between himself and the goalkeeper, thus approaching him, and especially if he throws the ball at different intervals. All the situations where the ball is thrown at irregular intervals considerably stimulates the goalkeeper's concentration. While practicing this exercise, the goalkeeper needs to concentrate on the quick movement of his arms, combined with the ability to properly vary the power conveyed to the ball when bouncing it. In addition, he should pay particular attention to separate the movements of his arms. The agility exercise is now combined with another technical movement, that is, heading the ball. As you can see, the young goalkeeper cannot combine the two movements. We want to complete this sequence by suggesting another agility exercise, including a diving save. The goalkeeper is asked to combine accuracy in catching the ball and immediately stand up with full speed. Performing the various technical movements properly obviously helps the goalkeeper to make the exercise much simpler. It is possible to modify the previous exercises by asking the goalkeeper to catch mid-height or high shots. The goalkeeper should also learn how to throw the ball accurately so they can help their teammates to properly practice the exercises. For the goalkeeper to perfectly perform such a complex exercise, he should gradually get accustomed to it. For this reason, the young goalkeeper is allowed to let the ball bounce on the ground if he cannot practice the exercise while also catching the ball directly. It is advisable to help the goalkeeper to successfully perform this exercise. This is the reason why the coach should avoid throwing the ball. Now each goalkeeper uses two balls. He tosses them up and then catches them with the opposite hand. It is possible to avoid exchanging the balls, which will make the exercise much simpler. After tossing up the balls and before receiving them, the goalkeeper is asked to catch and quickly throw a third ball to the coach. Not only has the goalkeeper to control the two balls, but he also needs to keep his eye on the ball the coach is going to throw and finally dive to stop it. In this exercise, the goalkeeper standing on the right leads the game. He throws the ball towards one of the two balls the other goalkeeper is holding in his hands by threatening it with a possible clash. This goalkeeper quickly throws the target ball towards the free hand of his teammate as to avoid the collision. The difficulty of the previous exercise can be further increased by reducing the distance between the two goalkeepers, by increasing the speed of their movements, and by avoiding any possible anticipation of the direction of the path of the ball. Using balls of different weights, shapes, and colors can be another helpful solution to coach and train this important skill. At the beginning, the goalkeepers outnumber the ball. In practice, there should be 1 or 2 balls less than the goalkeeper so that they have plenty of time to assess the situation before receiving the next ball. Finally, each goalkeeper is given 1 ball. As you can see here, the goalkeepers must all pass the ball very quickly as to be immediately ready to receive another one. The different weights and shapes of the balls constantly stimulates tactile receptors to successfully interpret the following variation. The ball bouncing in different ways trains the goalkeeper to immediately react to unexpected situations and to properly assess the various possible paths of the ball. Combining basic exercises with diving saves is undoubtedly the reasonable progression of a gradual development process. This exercise is aimed at coaching the goalkeeper to properly assess the direction of the bouncing ball, the speed of the different balls before and after they bounce on the ground, and consequently choose the suitable diving save. As you can see, in some situations the goalkeeper cannot stop the ball in a conventional manner from a technical point of view, but technique is just a secondary goal in this case. Orientation ability helps the goalkeeper to correctly settle his position in space in relation to his movement and to the movements of his opponents, the ball, his own teammates, and according to the tactical objective he has previously set. This situation is commonly referred to as the sense of position. The exercise we're going to show you are aimed at making the goalkeeper aware of his position in the phase immediately preceding his catching the ball. The first exercise focuses the attention on the right position of the goalkeeper, basic set position of the goal line, and the coach suggesting to him the main adjustments. For the goalkeeper to properly position himself in front of his goal, he has to stand on the line connecting the middle of the goal with the ball. Later on, the goalkeeper is granted a short interval to properly position by himself without the coach directing him. By carefully observing this exercise, you can clearly understand that the goalkeeper does not always have the time and the possibility to properly get into position. This is the reason why his basic objective is to immediately take the right position by maintaining the suitable dynamic balance and the rational control over his body before catching the ball. This exercise simulates the situation where a lobbed cross passes over the goalkeeper who is standing on the near post. Like in the previous series of exercises, the goalkeeper must adjust his position very quickly to save the ball. In order to prevent the goalkeeper from running and positioning towards the coach too early, the two goalkeepers exchange balls and the goalkeeper finally moves into the position to stop the ball as soon as the coach gives the starting signal. The other important aspects we would like to highlight is the goalkeeper's ability to switch his position while also responding to a mental task. In the first exercise, for instance, there are 3 goals which the goalkeeper has to defend. Goal number 1 is on his left side, goal number 2 in the middle, and goal number 3 on the right. The coach tells the goalkeeper which goal he has to defend. 2, the goal in the middle. 1, the goal on the left. 3, the goal on the right. In this exercise, the goalkeeper is standing between the 2 goals and has to immediately decide which one he is supposed to defend when the coach calls either an even or uneven number. If the coach calls an even number, the goalkeeper guards the goal to his right. He defends the left goal when the coach calls an uneven number. The goalkeeper moves towards the goal by taking cross steps. Then he can move sideways very close to the ground while positioning on the goal line. The coach can also decide to replace the number with an arithmetic problem like addition and subtraction. The coach kicks the ball at random without following any particular order. The sequence is completed by adding another difficulty. The coach places 2 balls in front of each goal. After solving the arithmetic problem, the goalkeeper moves towards the goal he is shown. If the numbers total an uneven number, the goalkeeper positions near the left ball. If it is an even number, he moves towards the right ball. 1 plus 6 equals 7. Left goal and left ball. The main purpose of this exercise is to cause the goalkeeper to quickly change his position according to the movements of the ball and to prevent him from diving too early before the ball is kicked. In other words, he cannot anticipate the catching of the ball. Another crucial objective is to train the goalkeeper to properly read the play situation so that he gets accustomed to dealing with low shots when he realizes the pass is too long. The last exercise creates a very similar real game situation, including nearly all the elements we have shown and analyzed up to now. This is a special coordination skill which is of critical importance for the goalkeeper, since it allows him to make a movement responding to an external signal, either vocal or visual, in the shortest time possible. These exercises are organized in such a way that the goalkeeper is forced to react to various sudden and unexpected situations in the shortest time possible. In this way, he needs to concentrate fully so as to exclude useless information and therefore cannot anticipate his saving movement. In this first exercise, the goalkeeper focuses his attention on his back by stimulating tactile receptors at first and by intensifying his speed while twisting around and diving to catch the ball. The goalkeeper can stop the ball directly or let it bounce once according to his own skills. This exercise sets the same goals as the previous one and also enhances memorization processes. The coach calls a number and the goalkeeper has to immediately intercept the ball corresponding to that number. In particular, ball number 1 is kicked to his left, ball number 2 to the right, ball number 3 is kicked directly at his back. One, ball on the left. One, ball on the left. Three, ball at his back. Now the goalkeeper performs a diving save to the ground to catch the ball corresponding to the number called by the coach. The coach can try to fake the goalkeeper by making distracting movements such as calling a number and pointing to another ball. 4, 1. The specific training of the goalkeeper should be the most varied, amusing and stimulating as possible, and should combine suitable technical exercises with real game situations. In this exercise, the goalkeeper immediately reacts to catch the ball kicked from a very close distance. Using two balls allows the coach to make faking movements, while the goalkeeper is supposed to keep his eyes on both the balls until the coach finally kicks one of them. Ball 1 moves towards the left side of the goalkeeper, while ball 2 moves towards his right. After kicking the balls, the coach tells the goalkeeper the number of the ball he has to catch. Two. Two. One. Two. This exercise is aimed at stimulating the goalkeeper to take an immediate decision and move quickly to stop the ball. There are several possible variations of this exercise, but we now want to show you the situation where the coach is standing at a larger distance and asks the goalkeeper to tell him whether he is calling an even or uneven number. In this way, it is possible to make the exercise more difficult. The ball on the left side of the goalkeeper corresponds to uneven numbers, while the ball on his right corresponds to even numbers. 3. Ball on the left. 1 ball on the left. The coach can further increase the difficulty of this exercise by asking the goalkeeper to solve arithmetic problems like additions and subtractions. 5 plus 2, 7. Ball on the left. Our sight is responsible for receiving the largest amount of information coming from outside, but it is also evident that the hearing and other sense organs also play a very important role. In this exercise, the goalkeeper catches the ball after hearing the noise of the ball bouncing on the ground. In this exercise, the coach asks the goalkeeper to read out loud the number his teammates standing at the post clearly show him before receiving the ball. The goalkeeper should turn once left and once right. Read. 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 The exercise is aimed at forcing the goalkeeper to quickly shift his visual attention from one target to another. Ball, number, number, ball. In this situation, the coach completely changes the path of the ball in the last few yards, so as to stimulate the goalkeeper to decide how to catch the ball after properly assessing the new direction. The exercises we are showing you in this video should be performed with great intensity, large recovery intervals, and few repetitions. In this exercise, the coach moves the balls so as to disturb the goalkeeper's concentration and then suddenly kicks one of them. The goalkeeper cannot dive before the coach kicks the balls, which means he cannot anticipate saving the ball. The situation becomes increasingly difficult if the choice of the ball by the coach and its direction are really unexpected. In this exercise, two players move towards the goalkeeper to kick the ball. Then, One of them pretends to take a shot while the other shoots directly at goal, aiming the ball at the distance of about 2 yards on either the right or the left side of the goalkeeper. The purpose of this exercise is to enhance and widen the goalkeeper's field of vision, while also forcing him to wait for the ball to be kicked before moving to catch it. In this last exercise, which is very similar to a real game situation, the other goalkeepers are asked to screen their teammate, but without deflecting the ball. We are now going to show you the exercises concerning basic acrobatic skills and both static and dynamic balance, where the goalkeeper is constantly stimulated by unusual situations. Systematically repeating these exercises considerably stimulates the kinesthetic, visual, and static dynamic systems to gradually adapt to the situation, thus helping the goalkeeper to successfully face and manage the most varied play situations without feeling disorientated. Like all the other coordination skills, balance must be given special attention during the critical developmental period in the young players between the ages of 6 and 12, and must not be neglected by adults. As a matter of fact, goalkeepers in particular often need to immediately restore the starting static and dynamic balance position during various play situations. In this exercise, the goalkeeper jumps while also turning 360 degrees before diving to catch the ball. Among all the elements concerning acrobatic skills which can be combined with diving movements, we have especially focused attention on forward rolling, backward rolling, diving forward roll. As you can realize, it is very important for the goalkeeper to immediately recover his balance and basic set position after acrobatic movement. In this exercise, the goalkeeper, who is quite disorientated by continuously twisting around, dives to stop the ball after the coach gives the starting signal. His main objective is to immediately recover the static and dynamic balance as to stop the ball correctly. In this exercise, the goalkeeper, who is seriously disorientated by the situation around him, has to sprint towards the goal and defend it as soon as the coach calls his name. Peter. Peter. As far as the young goalkeeper is concerned, it is very important to structure precisely the basic acrobatic skills phase at first and then gradually combine these basic elements with the use of the ball. The ability to land cleanly and roll, handling the ball without losing it, is of critical importance for young goalkeepers. The pleasure and the ability to dive are the special attributes of young players showing a special inclination to become goalkeepers. This psychological disposition should be supported, especially during the early stages of the learning process, by making every effort to avoid any physical injury or trauma, which would obviously prevent the young keeper from confidently learning more complex techniques. For this reason, it is advisable to use padded mattresses at the beginning and gradually reduce their thicknesses so as to finally practice on a sandy surface or soft ground. This last exercise, where the goalkeeper rolls, handling the ball, and then stands up to run freely, can also be practiced in the warm-up phase. Space and time orientation ability is the most important coordination component for the goalkeeper to master with regard to stopping high shots and crosses. This ability allows the goalkeeper to actually calculate where and when he should stop the ball. Meanwhile, he can also assess the movements of his teammates and his opponents, as well as reading how they can directly influence the game. In this situation, the goalkeeper holds a hoop with both of his hands. The coach kicks a ball with a high flight path. As soon as the ball begins its descending phase, the goalkeeper puts the hoop to the ground to show the place where the ball is going to land, thus assessing the final path and direction of the ball. This exercise is aimed at stimulating the goalkeeper to properly observe the path of the ball and assess the landing area. This exercise, which is a progression from the previous one, is more difficult since the goalkeeper has to jump to catch the bouncing ball. The purpose is the same as above, but the goalkeeper also needs to properly assess the takeoff point and the right moment to jump. In this exercise, the coach kicks a ball with an arched trajectory into the penalty area. The goalkeeper immediately assesses the path of the ball and spots the area where he can best intercept it. Then he quickly sprints towards this point and stands motionless, stretching his arms upwards to meet the ball. The main goal is to accurately assess the path of the ball and quickly move so as to arrive at the intercepting point in advance. The same exercise is performed, but this time the goalkeeper jumps to catch it. In this case, the goalkeeper must obviously assess the takeoff point and the best moment for him to jump. In this exercise, the coach marks 4 or 5 zones outside the penalty area. The goalkeeper stands in the best position to catch a high shot. As soon as the ball starts its descending path, he has to throw the ball he is holding in his hands in the area where the other ball is supposed to land. The main aim of this exercise is to force the goalkeeper to accurately observe the path of the ball and properly assess the landing area. Like in the previous exercise, but this time the goalkeeper intercepts the ball in the landing area by jumping to stop the high shot or cross. Apart from the starting position, the speed at which the goalkeeper moves to meet the ball is another important element which allows him to successfully deal with high balls. In this last situation, the coach kicks a ball describing a high trajectory. As soon as the ball is kicked, the goalkeeper turns towards his teammate standing on one of the posts and reads out loud the number he is shown. Then he jumps to catch the ball. The exercise is aimed at forcing the goalkeeper to immediately shift his visual attention from one target to another. Ball, number, number, ball, while also making him move very quickly before jumping to stop the ball. The study carried out during the general performance during the 1994 USA World Cup has shown that goal kicks and all the situations where the goalkeeper is responsible for distributing the ball either with his hands or his feet accounted for about 64% of all the actions the goalkeeper took during the match. These results definitely help us to understand that the goalkeeper plays a crucial offensive role, and it is therefore very important to emphasize the coaching of these technical skills. In this situation, the goalkeeper is standing in front of the coach, while two teammates are standing on his right and on his left respectively. If both the teammates raise or lower their arms, the goalkeeper passes the ball to the coach. Otherwise, he throws it to the goalkeeper whose arms are down. The main aim of this exercise is to stimulate the goalkeeper to quickly read the play situation which he is involved in and to accurately throw the ball. This exercise again forces the goalkeeper to pass the ball after properly assessing the play situation. Before receiving the ball, the goalkeeper has to look at the teammate standing behind him. If his arms are down, the goalkeeper passes the ball to him. Otherwise, he throws it back to the teammate standing in front of him. It is possible to vary the exercise by asking the goalkeeper to kick or throw the ball in various ways. In this situation, the goalkeeper saves the ball and then distributes it in the area of the field which the coach is showing him. Setting a specific area of the field where the goalkeeper has to distribute the ball is particularly stimulating for him, since it can identify the target he is aiming for and to know immediately if his distribution is accurate and therefore successful. This exercise is the same as the previous one, but the goalkeeper now has to deal with the high ball. The goalkeeper is standing in front of two teammates who can either turn their backs to him or watch him. If they both turn their backs to him, the goalkeeper distributes the ball into the opposing half of the field. When only one of them is directly watching him, the goalkeeper passes the ball to him. This exercise is also aimed at stimulating the goalkeeper to carefully read the play situation. As a matter of fact, he distributes the ball towards the teammate who is looking at him, as he shows he is ready to receive it. In this situation, the goalkeeper is standing in front of two goals. The left goal corresponds to even numbers, while the right one corresponds to uneven numbers. After receiving a back pass, the goalkeeper starts the offensive play by shooting the ball at the goal corresponding to the number the coach is calling. For the goalkeeper to kick the ball immediately and accurately, he needs to control the ball perfectly. One-touch control is advisable. In this last exercise, the goalkeeper has to distribute the ball to start the offensive play. Here is a real game situation, where the goalkeeper first distributes the ball by means of an underarm roll to one of his teammates. This player, who is pressed by an opponent very closely, plays the ball back to the goalkeeper, who finally kicks it to another teammate. All the exercises must obviously be performed both on the right and the left side of the field. These last exercises are aimed at training the goalkeeper to kick the ball directly without letting it bounce on the ground, or strike dropping balls. The goalkeeper in possession of the ball is responsible for setting up the offensive play by giving an accurate pass. For this to be possible, the whole team must be involved and cooperate, since the goalkeeper distributes the ball in relation to the movements of his teammates. The young goalkeeper must also learn how to distribute the ball and understand the tactical importance of the aspect of the game. In order to help the goalkeepers practice distributing the ball, it is important to set specific targets. In this case, the goalkeepers direct the ball in the two side areas marked with flat cones. In this situation, the coach has marked some areas of the field by using flat cones of different colors. This exercise, which also can be used as a competition by assigning each area with a particular score, is aimed at stimulating young goalkeepers to kick the ball with a high arc into the farthest area of the field as possible. Now we are going to give you some useful suggestions on particular coaching aspects which could make your job more accurate and scientific. It's important to keep a logbook, or better, a field diary, including all the exercises practiced during each training session, so that the coach can have a comprehensive picture of the general development of his coaching plan and of each player's personal performance and progress. Videotape the goalkeepers during the early preseason training period and during the matches, so you can analyze their technical and tactical development and their strengths and weaknesses. Carefully analyze and note the goalkeeper's technical and tactical performance during competitions. During training sessions, it's advisable to use supporting equipment like flat cones, flags, padded mattresses, rebounders, balls of different shapes and size, portable goals, and so on and so on. It's very important to know the goalkeeper's physical data concerning his height, the length of his upper and lower limbs, and so on. Test your goalkeepers 3 times a year at least, if possible, by using specific tests for the soccer goalkeeper, offering important quantitative information. When a specific goalkeeper coach is not available, the coach should concentrate on the goalkeeper's special training 30 or 40 minutes before the team training session.